In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the Scribble tool in Tinkercad to turn simple hand-drawn shapes into 3D objects. This is one of the most creative tools inside Tinkercad because instead of building everything from basic shapes, you can draw your own custom design and bring it to life in just a few clicks. If you make models, logos, signs, or just want more freedom in your 3D designs, this tool is going to be really useful. And before we get started, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more Tinkercad tutorials just like this one. Alright, let's jump in. First, open Tinkercad and make sure you are on the main design workspace. On the right side of the screen, you'll see the Basic Shapes panel. This is where Tinkercad keeps all of its built-in objects like boxes, cylinders, and spheres. Scroll through that panel until you find the Scribble icon. It looks like a little squiggly line, which makes sense because this tool is made for freehand drawing. Once you find it, drag and drop the Scribble tool onto the blue work plane. As soon as you place it, Tinkercad will switch into a special top-down Scribble view. This is where you actually draw your shape. The interface changes a little here, so don't worry if it looks different at first. That's completely normal. Now let's look at the drawing tools at the bottom of the screen, because this is where the Scribble tool becomes powerful. The first option is Draw, which is the pen icon. This is your main tool, and you'll use it to click and drag lines directly onto the canvas. If you want a custom outline, a letter, a simple sketch, or even a decorative design, this is the mode you'll use most often. Next is Erase, which is the eraser icon. This lets you remove parts of your drawing if you make a mistake or want to clean up an area. It works just like an eraser in a drawing app, so if you accidentally add a line where you don't want it, you can clear it quickly. Then there's Draw Shape, shown with a filled square. This option is really helpful when you want Tinkercad to recognize a closed boundary and automatically fill the inside of the shape for you. If you draw a loop that fully connects, Tinkercad can turn that into a solid filled area instead of just a line. There's also Erase Shape, shown with an empty square. This is used when you want to cut holes out of your drawing. Think of it like subtracting part of the shape so you can create cutouts, spaces, or more advanced custom designs. It's especially useful if you want to make something with negative space or a more detailed silhouette. As you begin drawing, keep an eye on the small 3D preview window that appears in the corner. This preview is very useful because it shows you how your sketch will look once it becomes a 3D object. It also gives you an idea of the thickness and overall shape before you finalize it. That means you can spot problems early instead of finishing the design and then realizing it doesn't look right. When you're happy with your drawing, click the Done button in the bottom right corner. This saves your scribble and converts it into a 3D object on the main work plane. At that point, you can treat it like any other Tinkercad shape. You can move it, rotate it, resize it, and combine it with other models just like a regular object. If you want to edit it later, don't worry, you can always go back. Select the Scribble object on the work plane, then look in the Shape Inspector pop-up and click Edit Scribble. That will take you back into the drawing view so you can make changes, clean up the design, or improve the shape without starting over from scratch. Now let's go over a few pro tips so your scribbles come out better. First, Tinkercad cleans up your lines slightly after you draw them. That means if you want smooth curves, it helps to draw slowly and steadily. Fast, shaky movements can create rough edges, so if you want a cleaner result, take your time. Second, if you want your scribble to become a solid object, make sure your lines connect properly at the beginning and end. If you leave a gap, Tinkercad may only create a thin, wire-like shape instead of a filled block. So when you are drawing closed shapes, always check that the outline is complete. Third, after you return to the main work plane, you can scale your scribble just like any other object. Use the white and black handles to change its size or height. This is a great way to make your design thicker, taller, wider, or more proportional to the rest of your project. If you run into a problem and your scribble appears blank on the work plane, go back into Edit Scribble. In many cases, the issue happens because a whole shape is covering the drawing or the line did not create a proper filled area. So if something looks wrong, don't panic. Just reopen the scribble and check the outline carefully. Also, if your design has a lot of tiny details and Tinkercad starts to lag, try simplifying the shape. Very complex scribbles with too many squiggles can slow down the browser, so bold and simple designs usually work best. In general, the cleaner your drawing, the better the final result will be. And that's how you use the Scribble tool in Tinkercad to make custom 3D objects from your own drawings. It's a simple feature, but it opens up a lot of creative possibilities once you know how it works. If this tutorial helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more Tinkercad tips, and let me know in the comments what you want to create next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.